Okay, Bill. This is my Camaro classroom. Today I am going to educate you and the other Ford fanboys out there watching on why GM and Chevrolet are so much greater than Ford Motor Company could ever hope to be.
Great. My father has been wondering why his Ford Focus is always broke down on the road all the time. He can't seem to figure out what's wrong with it.
Well, Bill, the answer is simple really. All you need to do is look at the front of his Focus and you will see that they have circled the problem already on all of their vehicles. The Ford Motor Company is to blame for this in their false advertising and cheaply made vehicles. And whatever you do, don't listen to that idiot Mike Rowe. He doesn't know a thing about what he is talking about. He is simply getting a fat check from Ford to give false information to the public. A real car enthusiast you should listen to is Howie Long of Chevrolet. Howie is also a real man's man that used to be an NFL football player. And Mike Rowe, no year but does not look good in Lee's jeans.
I always thought there was something weird and different about Mike. Why would you need to film a commercial about sludge and oil in your engine? I guess if you bought a Ford you wouldn't have common sense anyway. Okay, now I am ready to be more educated on the differences.
Okay, Bill. First let's look at the awards GM and Chevrolet have been winning recently. The 2010 Camaro won the 2010 World Car Design of the Year award. The Camaro also won SEMA's 2010 Hottest Car of Show award. The Camaro also won a Best Sports Car Interior award. The Chevrolet Silverado HD won Motor Trend's Truck of the Year award for 2011, beating the Ford F-250. The Chevrolet Volt also won Motor Trend's 2011 Car of the Year award. Also, a 1969 Camaro won the Gran Turismo award at SEMA this past year. The Camaro won SEMA. The Mustang didn't have much new or exciting to show.
Please list me the exciting vehicles from GM compared to Ford Motor Company's vehicles. I want to give more evidence to tell my friends of how much better life can be switching from a Ford to a GM vehicle.
Sure thing, Bill. GM has so many better vehicles than Ford it's not even funny. Of course, the Chevrolet Camaro looks better than any other car on the road today and performs like it as well. But unlike Ford, we do not only have one sports car. Chevrolet also builds a rocket still called the Corvette, which is America's fastest built car in the world and dominates Ferraris, Porsches, and BMWs and many races all over the world. The Corvette is a world-class sports car that Ford could never hope to compete with. But GM is still not done. We have another car that can beat a Shelby Mustang GT500 time after time, called the Cadillac CT-SV, with a 556 horsepower supercharged engine. This LSA engine in the CT-SV will also be used in the new 2012 Camaro ZL1 that is currently showing the 2011 Mustang Shelby GT500 tail lights lap after lap around GM's proving grounds in Milford. Buick is even getting in on the hot car scene with their new Buick Regal Turbo with 220 horsepower.
What else does GM have to offer?
The new Chevrolet Cruze is out, taking the place of the Chevrolet Cobalt, and the Cruze is selling like hotcakes. The new Chevrolet Volt is the best electric vehicle in the world today and shows how much more technologically advanced Chevrolet and GM are than Ford Motor Company. Even the Cadillac CT-SV wagon is a beast as well. There are so many more great GM vehicles to talk about, it's not even funny. I could spend all day. Tahoe, Cadillac Escalade, Buick LaCrosse, Chevy Silverado and Colorado, the list goes on and on. Let's not forget about America's fastest produced sports car, the Chevrolet Corvette CR1 with a 638 LS9 supercharged engine under the hood. It's a beast of a car that owns most other supercars that Ford can and will never stop. The Shelby GT500 has trouble keeping traction to its tires, much less beating another car, which is something the Camaro ZL1 will have no trouble doing.
Wow. I am going to start saving up my money right now to purchase my new 2012 Camaro ZL1 the beginning of next year. I can't wait to see the faces on all the Mustang Ford fanboys when my new ZL1 smokes their Shelby GT500. What's this new 2012 Mustang Boss 302 the Mustang fans are so excited about? It looks like nothing more than a racer version of a Mustang.
Well, Bill, the Mustang Boss 302 is Ford's actual attempt at making a fast car for once. It really still will not matter because it will be built in very limited numbers. On top of that, Chevrolet and the Camaro team are not worried in the slightest because the mighty Camaro Z28 will be coming back soon next year to dominate the Boss 302 like it did in the past. The new 2013 Camaro Z28 will likely have a track pack and a 7.0 LS7 that will smoke the Boss 302 and its little 5.0 engine. On top of that, who cares about a Boss 302 when all it is any good for is at Laguna Seca? Sorry, but that's not impressive enough. Unlike the new Camaro ZL1, if the new Boss 302 was to try to race around the Nürburgring in Germany, it would never make it with all the bumps due to its live rear axle. The 2012 Camaro ZL1, on the other hand, would have no problem tracking the legendary Nürburgring in Germany as it was tested there. The Nürburgring is a lot more legendary a track than the small Laguna Seca lap the Boss 302 has tracked.
And on top of that, the Corvette Z06 Carbon Edition and the Corvette ZR1 still can own a Boss 302 anytime and any place in the world, so Ford still fails. I also have noticed that every car show I go to or at drag races, all the late model Ford cars seem to always have a Chevrolet engine in them. I know that the Chevrolet engines must be far superior because of this. Also, every time I watch Pinks and Pastime on Speed TV, I always see Mustangs with Chevrolet engines in them. I even saw a Mustang the other day driving around town with a bow tie on the front. This must be so embarrassing for Ford executives to look at.
Yes, Bill, they are very embarrassed about this, but it is their own fault. They want it changed. They should learn how to build better cars and engines then. All Ford's cars are a joke. All they have really are the Mustang and the new Taurus show. The Mustang, of course, doesn't look very good and doesn't have a HUD like the Camaro either. The Ford Fiesta is ugly. The Ford Focus and Ford Fusion are ugly and overrated as well. The Ford Raptor truck is kind of cool, but what's the point when there is not much of a market for the type of truck, and Chevrolet's trucks are always better. The new Ford Explorer is mediocre as well. The only thing left Ford has is the Lincoln brand since the horrible Mercury brand tanked. Lincoln can't compare to Cadillac or Buick, so they fail automatically as well. Ford did build a car called the Ford GT for only 3 years because no one wanted one, and the Corvette owned it time after time. Also, the Dodge Viper is no match for the Corvette, so we sent them packing while they work on the new Viper.
The new C7 Corvette is coming out in 2013 with an updated look, and the rear split windshield will be an option like the Corvette Stingray of years in the past. The new Corvette in 2013 will own all other cars again and will be an amazing car scene on the road. To all the Ford fans, have fun frowning outside of the theater this July when our Camaro and Corvette is on the big screen in Transformers 3 Dark Moon. We will be watching in awe at our cars in third while laughing as the Mustang still is outperformed and outsold month after month after month. The Ferrari 458 Italia looks good too in the new Transformers 3 movie. So long Ford, you have a lot more frowning ahead of you courtesy of GM. Chevrolet is also getting its own sync system, but with OnStar as well. So there goes Ford and its Microsoft Sync joke system. Most people want to talk to real people, not robots anyway. Keep frowning, Ford. We will keep laughing. The mind of a Ford fanboy is so pathetic, their only comeback is Government Motors. We are General.
Yes, we are General Motors, and we know you made our cars are so much better. We have paid everything back, so keep frowning, making up names while we keep winning. GM and Chevrolet for life. We are America's best car company in the world.